Hey, welcome to another episode of the Black Guy Who Tips podcast. I'm your host, Rod, joined as always by my co-host,
Karen.
And welcome to this Sunday night edition of the Black Guy Who Tips. You can find us everywhere you find podcasts. The official weapon of the show is
Folding chair.
And the unofficial sport,
bullet ball.
And bullet ball, extreme. So much stuff happening in the world today. So many things to talk about. But of course, you know, the first thing I have to ask you, Karen, is do you have any banter?
I do.
All right. Do you have any
banter? Talk to me.
Do you have any
banter? Talk to me.
Do you have any banter? Do you have any banter?
I do.
Banter. Talk to me. Banter. Talk to me.
Do you have any banter?
I do.
Banter. All right, Karen, banter us away.
I will. The first thing I wanted to talk about, we have went to the movie theaters, and maybe this is not just me, and maybe it's a shortness of staff or whatever, but it's very irritating, particularly the AMC that we go to. Mm-hmm. There needs to be, which there is normally, a separate line for the people that's like, I want A3 and B4, and everybody else that got digital tickets.
Yeah, I know what you mean. So you're saying people that already bought their tickets like we normally do, you know, all you gotta do is scan our little phone and then we're in there.
Right.
Versus people that are there to actually like purchase tickets.
Yes.
Like in person. I know why people do it, and it makes sense, which means people gonna always do it. There's no fee on it. Whenever I order our tickets online, there's a convenience fee. Whether it's AMC, Fandango started charging it again.
Okay.
Because Fandango just changed this thing where, like, unless you sign up for their monthly Fandango thing,
so you can't
get the
use
fee.
Right.
So I know. But that's just another point in your favor, right? It's literally saying like, y'all know this is gonna happen. Y'all know there's gonna be people arriving at the time of the movie to order their tickets, and there's gonna be other people who did a bunch of shit to skip the line that y'all are just looking.
I'm paying the
convenient
fee.
Yeah. And they always do that thing because it only takes a second to scan it, but they always do that thing where they be like, if you're moviegoers, y'all know what I'm talking about. You already bought your ticket and you got to do the passive aggressive, which I hate being passive aggressive, but you got to do passive aggressive. I hold my phone up. I hold my phone up. I don't do it like that, like Karen just did it. That's aggressive to me. That's a very
I'm with you,
Karen, the white lady version of Karen way of doing it. But I try to act casual, like, I just happen to be holding my phone to my side. Even though I'm holding it to my side, somehow the front is facing you instead of the screen facing me, and it just shows my tickets and the barcode for my tickets. And you know, maybe if you had a chance and you just want to like swipe me in, you can go ahead and do that. Right past these people that's in line trying to purchase tickets for the first time and open up a AMC Stubs account and a bank account.
It's some bullshit because it used to be that way. You used to have a box where people walked their ass up there and bought at the box, and they even got to the point where they used to have little, and this AMC got rid of theirs. They had little small boxes, a kiosk, where you could walk your ass up there, pay it for yourself, and go on in if you ain't want to talk to the person at the thing. Y'all got rid of all that bullshit. So now it's not my fault you want to cut your staff to be fucking cheap, okay? That ain't my problem. And so that's the thing that frustrates me. Get a person that can do more than once. Get a person that can ring you up and have a scanner in their hand and be like, okay, boop, 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 y'all going about y'all business, and let me stand here with Barbara, whoever decided they didn't want to pay the convenience fee. Bitch, you ain't got to pay the fee, but why I got to wait behind you deciding where you want to sit? They turn the screen. You got to pick. And no, it ain't touch screen. No, you can't do this. For me, that's frustrating because now I'm late for the movie theater. I want to get some popcorn, but now I'm missing the preview because I got to wait behind you. I'm sorry. That's frustrating.
Oh, my God. Behind all those sweeties and babies, you just a furnace of rage. Just angry at everything all the time, the whole world.
No, it's just
the theaters are struggling. They can't afford to stay open. They had to cut staff. People don't go as much. There's only 2 people in front of us in line. Y'all, we had to wait an extra 3 minutes. It was an extra 3 minutes. And Karen is like, burn this motherfucker to the ground. We didn't land no Plymouth Rock.
and and I think for me it's frustrating because it's like y'all strategically making it like this. It used to be separate. Why did y'all combine it? Like
because I'm telling you why. Because the fucking theaters are going out of business. We was the only ones going.
Okay,
The pandemic destroyed them.
We're lucky the people going in there.
We're lucky we live places where the theater can stay open. A lot of these motherfuckers is just gone.
Oh yeah, you live in those little small towns. Yeah, they're like the theaters. Like we can't make no money. We out.
Everything inconvenient to the theater is just shit that happened in society that they can't do. It's not like they looked at the thing and said, you know what we need to do? Make this as inconvenient as possible. That'll get the customers coming back. They fucked. There's nothing what they can do. That's why the customer service is terrible. The people working there barely work there. Right. It's casual as fuck. It's like I work there now. I be coming up like, can I make my own popcorn or y'all gonna do it? It's up to y'all, really.
First world outrage over here. I know it don't fucking matter.
It is, but it is.
But I'm looking like this don't make sense.
Well, also I think there's a thing where like you want to be on time, and there's like a thing like my movie starts at this time. We want to see the trailers. So there's like an extra level of anxiety that's involved in this thing that really shouldn't be there. But yeah, the movie theater experience has fallen all the way off. And yeah, that ticket thing is just ridiculous. But we're like one step from just AI, where you just scan yourself in.
You walk through there like, we scanned your eye. You supposed to be and this theater gone through.
Right. I don't know.
Your order up front waiting on you.
Go ahead. I don't have any.
Oh, you don't have any. Oh, and my second thing, and this is not really outrage. It's kind of it's
outrage. Well, this segment wasn't outrage. It's banter. But I'm feeling like you tipped your cap to what this segment really is.
I didn't know. My bad.
We know what it is for you.
Well, I tell y'all about the old lady issues I have. I'm wagging my fingers at the clouds. Get off my front yard. Get off my grass. Oh, young people.
Go ahead.
The second one is not really a random thought, but we probably will talk about this more on Balls Deep Sports if we do it this week. But we went to the Hornets game, the first home game. And we had a great time. We ended up losing because we played Miami Heat. But the thing is, Charlotte is a transplant city. So there's certain teams that a lot of their fans actually here in Charlotte. Miami's one of them. New York is one of them. Boston is one of them. Like, it's like a few fan bases where you come in and this allowed to be a third to a half of the crowd is literally the other fans. Because this game is sold. I was like, shit, because the Heat fans bought all the goddamn tickets.
Well, also our team isn't very good. So we, historically. And so we represent an opportunity for people that, are visiting or just like close to the area that want to see their favorite team that don't get to see them. Like, it's a cheap ticket that you can get good seats to. And in a nice venue as well. So yeah, that's what it really is.
Yeah. Compared to other other places in NBA, Charlotte is very cheap for everything. And so for me, we had a really, really good time. We lost, but I do appreciate the team playing much, much better. Me and Rod talked about some preseason, the better defense. I really enjoy watching them play, and they didn't quit. They didn't give up, which is something I appreciated, because I'm not gonna lie, it's a difference between where we were sitting before and you seen the fan versus you sitting like around them and with them. I'm like, well, god damn, like when you sitting up high, you kind of hear them, but it's different between you hear them and you actually looking around going, oh, y'all motherfuckers is really gonna holler, let's go Heat in this goddamn place. I understand it could be bad, but it's like shit now. So I appreciate them continuing to play and not give up, because that matters. Because the thing is, for me personally, win or lose don't matter. What used to bother me, particularly last season, I understand because we've had injuries and all that stuff, is when by the third quarter, in the first few minutes, if we don't do anything, we getting blown out by 20 or 30. Like, it was fucking ridiculous. Like, it was just very irritating to watch those games. So I appreciate them putting effort. I appreciate them playing hard to the end. I appreciate them giving the fans something to cheer about. You know, so the whole time isn't like you sitting, you be like, well, damn, am I in Miami? Because all their fans would just be cheering the whole time. So for me personally, I appreciate that. And the game was actually really, really fun for me.
Yeah, I had a good time. You know, young team, young new coach, young front office. It's new owners. It's all good. And they're still dealing with injuries, so you know all that. I won't go too in detail because I imagine if you listen to this episode, you came to hear about stuff that you know like universal shit, but. Yeah, it's been real fun watching the Hornets, and can't wait to go to more games.
Me either. Me and Roger was making a joke. We was talking about how the new owners, boy, they spending money. Because normally you go in there, all the music is from like 2000 and younger. They was like,
2000 and older.
Huh?
2000 and
yeah,
older.
2000 and older. Mm-hmm. And so now they're actually playing more current music. I was like, oh, so y'all was like, we gonna spin the right.
Yeah, I don't know how arena stuff works. I just assume you have to pay for the rights to music, but I imagine the choices, like there must be something about the choices of music because like they were playing Beyonce, they played Not Like Us, like they was, I mean, new shit, new Beyonce, not old shit. Like it was like the last few years we've been going to games, it's like, you know, they bust out the dance and they'd be like, it takes two to make the thing go right.
Yes.
And I'm like, I don't know if that's just covered under some general type of license versus like newer stuff.
Right.
Or if it was just an ownership choice of like not wanting certain music. I don't know how it works. But
that's true
yeah,
too.
it was. They definitely wanted to set a new vibe in the arena, and I felt that.
Mm-hmm. And I appreciate that. It was much funner with the music, and like they changed the things up. They have a Latino dude as one of the announcers. I was like, oh shit, now I see you. Yeah. You bringing out fine brother out here, getting them Hispanic women up in here. He fine too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they trying to get, and he got like a thick accent too. So
yes,
like,
he does.
I feel like they're trying to get the like demographics because we have like black dude, a black woman. I'm not sure what his wife is. I would describe her as white, but I'm not sure she's white. She's something. You know, y'all know what I'm talking about. You look at somebody and be like, she's something. I don't know. And then they got and then they added this Latino dude. So yes, I think they're just trying to reach out. I mean, that's what Charlotte looks like. That's the demographic of Charlotte. So you know, you want us to spend our money and come in. I want to feel like that's who's, you know, at the game. So
yes, so it's been really fun. Oh, and one more thing, our announcer that had been announced for like 20 years past. So
Big Pat.
Yeah, so they gave a thing for him doing this halftime show. I figured me and Roger was thinking about it. I was like, we haven't heard anything. I was like, oh yeah, they're probably gonna do it the first game. And I do appreciate that because like you said, he's literally been the voice through the Hornets, Bobcats, back to the Hornets again. Like that's 20 years, that's a very, very long time. And he was missed because it's just something about his voice. It was very unique and just stood out. So I know me as somebody who's gone to the games for decades, I'm gonna really miss him.
Yeah, that was cool, man. And they had his family there, and it was cool because instead of a moment of silence, they did like a moment of everybody in the arena getting hype and like cheering, and that was very fitting. So you know, rest in peace to Big Pat. But yeah, it was a dope moment.
That's it.
Okay, all right, cool. The only thing I have is sometimes you ever see something and you get like a little too woke for your own good. Like it's not on purpose. I'm not trying to be, but it just happens. Like you like, oh damn, I think I might have got too woke. There's a new Barbie game that came out on PS5.
Okay.
It's called Barbie Project Friendship. Okay. Which probably means that it's about, you know, making friends or some shit. I don't know.
Okay.
I saw the cover.
Okay.
And it's her standing next to a black girl who might be a Barbie as well. I don't know.
Okay.
But why the friendship got to be a project friendship? Because she's black? So what? We can't have a suburban friendship? Oh, now the friendship gotta be urban. We can't just get along and just be friends like a normal friendship. It's gotta be,
that should just said Barbie friendship.
Yeah, so they living in the projects now? Is that what she lived? What, does Barbie still live in her mansion?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't had a chance. Y'all know I will play some shit like that. I haven't had a chance to play
Is she
it
a
yet.
ghetto tourist now? She hanging out and slumming with the blacks?
Did I have a trailer for it?
I don't know. This is a joke that is.
Oh, okay. My bad.
What is happening?
Talk about my outrage corner. This is your outrage corner.
Mine is fake outrage. You really hate
Oh,
the
my
movies.
bad. I don't hate the movies.
You really do hate the movies, Karen. You just, let's just move into the show. I should have played the election music. I don't know what I was thinking. Let me play that Kamala Harris music. I forgot that.
Oh shit!
Forgot we haven't talked since Wednesday or Tuesday or whatever to y'all. So y'all need
Something
that election
happened.
update.
These extremists want to take us back, but we are not going back. We are not going back.
Psycho. Music.
Hold up,
Ours
hold up,
is a fight for the future.
hold up.
Oh, I didn't even play the right one, but it's cool. Moving on. My bad. But psycho music, that shit bopping too.
Ain't it though?
All right. Election news. It's so much. It's still happening. We are less than 2 weeks out. Mm-hmm. Yeah, a week from basically a week and a few days from now, we'll know.
Early vote.
Well, we might not know. We'll know. We will have voted.
Yeah.
Hopefully all y'all listening to the sound of my voice will have voted by then.
Yes.
I can't say that we'll know because I just remember that
You don't know.
election denial, all this bullshit.
Yes, sir.
All right, but let's get into some of this news that's going on. One of the lighthearted, funny stories to me is there's some MAGA people. One of them being Terrence K. Williams. Another one being Kari Lake, who I believe is a secret black woman.
Okay, I've heard of Terrence K. Williams before.
Yeah, you know
Okay.
Kari Lake too. She's the white woman that's an election denier from Arizona that looks black.
Okay.
And I keep making jokes about her looking black to the chagrin of many black women who are like, she's not black.
That
I'm like,
lady.
I don't know what to tell y'all. She look black and it's funny, and you just gonna have to deal with it. All right. We take our slings and arrows over here, so you gotta take yours.
She's something.
Yeah. But yeah, so these motherfuckers, of course, because they're always, doing these culture wars. When Taylor Swift came out and said, "Hey, I'm endorsing Kamala Harris," they, of course, had to denounce Kamala Harris on the right. They're like, "Oh, Kamala Harris." I mean, not Kamala Harris. Taylor Swift. All of a sudden, they hate Taylor Swift. Oh, she's the worst. She been a Democrat. She been liberal for years and years.
Yes, she has.
But I don't know. Something about her choosing this moment to be like, yeah, I don't fuck with Trump, and we voting for Kamala over here. Taylor, I believe Trump truthed it out. I hate Taylor Swift in all caps. So we know that. Well, apparently, there was a concert in Miami for Taylor Swift. Guess who was at the concert?
Kari, that lady?
Kari Lake and Terrence K. Williams.
Was that her concert?
They was at Taylor Swift concert.
They wasn't protesting. They ain't come out with no signs.
They looked like they was having a good time. That's him. She tagged him too. That's what happened. That's what fucked him up. She hit that ad on his ass, and people was in her stories like, wait a minute. Thought this nigga hated Taylor Swift. It's always a grift with them, man. It's always fake as shit, man. Like,
Yes.
They're such bullshit, man. And it's sad that they're able to grift being such mediocre, unsmart, unserious people.
Right.
Because there's people that'll go over there and write them a check, support them.
Of course.
Pay for them to come speak.
Because it don't matter. As long as you stick to the message, they don't care about you being a hypocrite.
Yeah. So it is just ridiculous. Let's see. Trump lied about threatening John Deere, the company that makes those lawnmowers and lawn equipment and shit.
Ain't John Deere the one that decided we don't want to do no DEI no more?
I don't remember. I don't know. I have to Google that.
No problem. Lowe's, Home Depot, one of them. Well, I know one of them, but I thought John Deere too.
Nah, I don't think you're wrong. I just don't remember. Yeah, John Deere backs away from diversity and inclusion.
Yeah, because I remember that being the story. Because most people know, but for like lawnmowers and like shit like that, like they is the jam. John Deere is like the Ford trucks, or like that shit for mowing and cutting grass and shit like this. Like you got John Deere, you got the top of the line, so that shit matters. It's like, well, bitch, everybody buy your shit.
Well, John Deere was rewarded for capitulating to the woke DEI hating stuff by Trump saying that he threatened them with hefty tariffs if they were going to export jobs from the U.S. to Mexico, and they basically had to come out and be like, he lied. That never happened.
Of course it didn't. In fact, he gonna encourage that. I don't know what the fuck.
Yeah. Let's see. Russia is behind viral disinformation targeting Vice President Tim Walz, or Vice Presidential candidate Tim Walz. More par for the course. Y'all. Does anybody ever stop to wonder why Russia is never behind disinformation about Trump?
Right.
Or JD Vance? Never. That's it. Interesting. Let's see. The MyPillow guy has to pay $5 million in election data dispute.
Good. Set all them pillows.
It's a lot of pillows to be selling. Speaking of disinformation, there was an account called the Black Insurrectionist. It was an anonymous social media persona and turned out to be a white man. That
makes sense. Yeah, the shit be the opposite, because that shit don't make no sense. Like just that together, niggas is like, what?
Yeah, Black Insurrectionist, the anonymous social media persona behind some of the most wildly circulated conspiracy theories about the 2024 election, can be traced to a man from upstate New York who was also white.
Right. That's why we tell people on the internet, y'all have to be careful about these accounts, this pro-black and blackity black and all this, because a lot of times they don't be what they say they are. They're not actually real.
Yeah, and I'm about to go in a second, but it all kind of relates to me to the same thing, which is that the GOP does not have true black support, and so these MAGA Republican types, they fake it. And part of the way they fake it is with real people. So I don't want people to think that I'm saying someone like Le'Veon Bell showing up at the Trump rally means zero. I'm not saying it means nothing. I know what they're saying. I just don't believe Le'Veon Bell even supports Trump. Le'Veon Bell got a check to come out there. Donald Trump said, here's a check. He shows up. He probably could give a fuck about Trump. He probably give a fuck about politics and election. He probably give a fuck about us. That's the real thing we learned about him, is he don't give a fuck about the rest of us. Right. When it comes to getting his pockets lined. And that's what I learned about every black person surrounding Trump. But the point is, that shit is an illusion. That shit is designed to make people feel the way that they feel, which is when they say stuff that is anti-factual, like, oh man, all these black men gonna vote for Trump. Black people are abandoning Kamala Harris and the Democrats. Black people can't. What is your proof? It's always something anecdotal. Right. Oh, I think I saw something on CNN. I heard Charlemagne say. It's never something factual. It's always something anecdotal. That's like this is. There's gonna be a wave of black people just abandoning the Democratic plantation to hop onto the Republicans who have an actual plantation. That is what is going to happen, and they keep saying it. And so we found time and time again online, they've had to fake black activist accounts. They've gotten caught faking black support. There was a guy who forgot to log out of his Twitter account just a couple months ago being like, as a black woman, I will not. And it's like, sir, you are tweeting this from your regular white man account. And he's like, damn. Well, you know, what happened was someone logged into their Twitter from my phone. Like, nigga, you have to fake it. Y'all don't even know a black person you can use as a patsy for real.
Right.
And definitely none that we respect. And the internet has allowed them to create this fiction and create this illusion and have your prominent, like an Ice Cube or somebody sounding sympathetic to conservatives in a way that's like, oh, well, he must represent so many black people. None of us know or care what's in the platinum plan. He's not a black leader to us. He's just a guy that got rich in Hollywood. And that illusion working gives it power to divide the rest of us, because we will fight on that lie with each other and be like, see, that's what's wrong, y'all gonna drag us down. It's like, that's not happening.
Right. And because the internet is designed for this oversimplification of things, and the internet thinks that the internet is the only thing that matters. So it's like, well, if it's here, it's the truth and it must matter. And like the shit outside on the real world, like once you turn that motherfucker off, don't matter. And that's not true. You know, when you talk to most of your family and friends, y'all know we got a few of them that's dicey. A few of them we got to be like, nigga, what the hell is wrong with you? I don't fuck with you. But for the most part, we got common sense. You talk to most of us, we're voting for Kamala, or when Joe Biden was there, we voting for Joe Biden. The fuck they talking about?
It turns that like one or two people you know who talk crazy into a big thing. This is, you know, I didn't mean to get on this tangent, but ironically, this is what I mean when I talk about the internet and how social media is so fucking warping our brains that we're ending up believing lies or overstating things that are marginal at best. And one of these big illusions is like there's this huge deluge of black men who are supporting Donald Trump and MAGA and Republicans. And what happens is we all know one or two people like this, more than likely. It's
right.
not, you know, it's impossible for every single black person to be on message. But we turn that into, oh my God, this is representative of a huge problem within our community. I'm going to bring back this up with some facts in a second, but I'm just laying out the problem. Let's get back to this guy. Last month, the account posted what black insurrectionists claimed was an affidavit from an ABC News employee alleging that Kamala Harris was giving questions in advance of the network's debate with Trump. Of course, ABC News vigorously denied this. Trump approved, though, declaring, "I love the person." This motherfucker's so stupid. He didn't say this person. "I love the person." More recently, black insurrectionists posted a baseless claim alleging inappropriate behavior between Walls and a student decades ago. A falsehood that U.S. intelligence officials said sprang from a Russian disinformation campaign. Yeah, it was like a weird AI thing or of a black person supposedly saying like he was sexually assaulted by or sexually manipulated by Tim Walls. It's 100% fake. But once again, people on that side of the aisle, just like the internet can warp everyone's brain, they just take in the poison pill. It tastes like sugar to them, and they just believe that shit.
And
it didn't
they
matter.
run with it. They
don't need to verify it. Even me saying this, even the news agencies denying it, it's all proof to them. They're like, nope, that means it definitely happened. The reason the black insurrectionist account attained with assistance from Trump and his allies demonstrates the ease with which unverified information from dubious sources can metastasize online to shape public opinion. The account is linked directly to Jason G. Palmer, who has his own questionable backstory, starting with the fact that he isn't black, according to an Associated Press review of public records, open source data, and interviews with a half dozen people who interacted closely with Palmer over the past 2 decades. The records and personal accounts offer a portrait of an individual who has repeatedly been accused of defrauding business partners and lenders, has struggled with drug addiction, and whose home was raided by the FBI over a decade ago. He also owes more than $6.7 million in back taxes to the state of New York.
Damn.
Yeah. Which is so ironic because Trump just attracts a certain level of grifter, and a big part of his appeal to a certain type of person, especially those who want to like ascend the power structure of the right wing, is that he's a grifter and he's living a grifter's dream. And I think that's why you see your Marjorie Taylor Greenes, the the guy whose
They
name I
wanna
always
get over
forget
too.
in New York with the glasses. Why can't I always remember his name?
Santos.
Santos, George Santos. Byron Donalds, like these people that have Mark Robinson. These people that have extremely checkered past, criminality, depravity, a bunch of stuff, immorality, mendacity, and yet at the same time, they're like, if he can have it and be president, I can't have it and do what I want to do. I can't say I'm not paying my taxes.
What is mendacity?
Lying.
Oh, okay.
Liars. People that lie.
Thank you, because I was like, wait a minute, what's that?
No, no problem. But yeah, he's not even black. It's all fake. Emails and phone conversations. Palmer 51 made a series of seemingly contradictory claims about his ties to the account, which was deactivated last week, several hours after the AP first reached out for comment. Coincidence? Why these motherfuckers don't ever understand that? You got to fight on the lie. Once they discover you, guess what would happen if I discovered you was behind this account? It would probably stop tweeting. It would probably be deleted. But if you say it's not me, it would. If it's really not you, you'd be like, I don't have any power over the person on the account. They just do what they want to do. He acknowledged in an email he was involved with the account, but said he did not create it. He also claimed to have owned it at one point before selling it in April or May to a person who he declined to identify. I do not know what is going on with this account, he wrote in an email last Thursday. But in an interview Tuesday, he said he participated in making claims about walls that were posted to the account this month. And he suggested that he worked as a researcher with a broader group. So
yeah, it's all you. It's a one-person crew.
Yeah. Just motherfucking lies. But yeah, there's people that think that means he has black support. I'll tell you, I'll save that one for last. I'll tell you who does support him and is a big welfare queen.
Who?
Brett Favre. He is going to campaign with Trump in Wisconsin. Well, I know he's always cared about the welfare of our country.
And he think he's slick going up there talking about I got this disease. Okay, that don't erase that you stole from the people that deserve that money.
Well, it's more like he
and you need to pay
intercepted that
them
money.
back.
I think he just intercepted that money.
Yeah, another crook, because you know if Trump get in office, you're not going to be held accountable.
I think he would just say he threw a pick 6 figures. I think that's how he would describe it. He had a sack full of cash. But yeah, I'm not surprised. And these people always reveal themselves. And it's funny. It's stay out of politics. It's just shut up and dribble. It's, play football. Hey, I just want to talk about sports. And he was one of those people that said shit like that when it was people kneeling, was people talking about Black Lives Matter, when it was people talking about liberal policies and stuff. He was telling everybody, not to do that shit. And now he's going to be campaigning for Donald Trump. But something that he has in common with everybody else I see campaigning? Grifting ass piece of shit, needs some money ass motherfucker.
Yeah, he's grifting, because if y'all realize, it's been a long time since we seen him in them Wrangler jean commercials and them boot commercials and all the other shit he was selling.
Well, we know he needed some money because that's what he was trying to get for his kid. That's what he was getting for those speeches he never gave.
Right.
Like this man, he's chasing that money, and that's the thing that is common with all these people you see popping up for Trump. Amber Rose has accused Beyonce of copying her speech after a Kamala Harris rally.
If you don't get out of here.
She said Beyonce plagiarized her speech. Now, all I gotta say is this, man, because obviously fuck Amber Rose, she's an idiot. But so dope that Beyonce and Kelly, who for some reason was dressed like in a Steve Harvey suit, but like a literal Steve Harvey suit. Like I think it was Steve Harvey's suit. I'm not sure about the fashion choice, but I am sure about her choice to go out here and campaign and for Kamala Harris. But shout out to Beyonce. And people was like, she's gonna perform, but she didn't perform any music. She performed her civic duty, which I love, because it's not about that. Like, this shit is serious.
Yeah,
this shit is real.
Yeah.
It's not just a concert. It's not just fun. We have a week and a couple days out from this election. It's not time for like not that there would be anything wrong with it, but like I can see why she's like, no, in this venue where y'all supposed to have come here to see this woman who could possibly be the next president of the United States give us a plan and a rundown of what she wants to do for our country and her vision. Maybe this isn't the place where I come in with Kendrick Lamar and we start dancing around.
Right, and also I appreciate her not doing a concert. This is her hometown, and this was probably her whole thing from the get-go. Was she probably had no intentions of performing, and she probably told them that up front, trust. And so it's one of those things. I appreciate her doing that, because what happens is that motherfuckers only tuned in because they thought she was gonna perform. And that's sad. like democracy's on the line. Now y'all like, is the bitch gonna dance?
Yeah,
what the fuck is wrong with y'all?
Yeah, we don't need to like upstage what's happening, because I understand her stardom is that big, you know.
Right, and she would have overshadowed the event.
And it's not like I would have been against it or like I would have been like offended, but I pick up what she's putting down when it's like, no, I'm here as Beyonce Knowles Carter, citizen of America, to tell y'all how serious this election is.
Right, because
and a person like Amber Rose is a fucking clown joke all the time, who's just in it for a grift. Like, that's the difference to me between these celebrities that show up for the Democrats. That's why it is different. I don't think Beyonce showing up because she got a check. You know what I mean? A lot of the celebrity people that are showing up are writing checks. Yeah, Tyler Perry's writing a check to make sure this vision for America can happen. That they're not showing up to be like, all right, man, where's my money? You know, rah, whatever the fuck y'all need me to say. Like, no, they actually believe in this. So it's a huge difference to me.
Yeah, and you know, and she's human too. Like, she lives here too, so she's like, hey, dog, like the shit that happens here impacts me also. In fact, the you know, a lot of people are so stupid that they fail to realize all these people that y'all have all this jealousy and all this shit about that's out here actually stumping on your behalf, actually, you know, pumping money that you might not have so that these things could be done, and raising funds and doing all this, you know, outreach and shit like this. They're doing it for your behalf, and you fail to realize if something was to happen, most of them, they, not trying funny, they know they're gonna be okay. And if push come to shove, they got enough money and that they could fucking leave this goddamn country. The average person does not have enough money where they can pack that shit up and say, fuck America, I'm gonna live in Rome or France or wherever else and not return again. We don't got that money. So we have to sit here in this shit show, so it matters.
Yeah, I think a lot of times it's just, you know, well, I won't get into too much detail, but this is just why I don't really do the whole like paint with a broad brush. Like, all these evil rich people, like, some motherfuckers get rich different ways and nuance matters and all this shit. And some motherfuckers have a track record of showing that they have a heart for the community and for the people and for where they come from their roots. They still have connections to working class people. There's people that lift people up with their money and their influence and their power and their voice. And I refuse to be as simple and peer pressured and bullied into saying some dumb shit when I'm like, no, this person helps people, and if I got money, that's what I would want to do with it. I wouldn't want to just be like, man, fuck everybody, I'm gonna go over here with these Republicans. And I think that of a lot of people that I know, that even the ones that like shit on rich people, I'm like, I hope that deep down that you would, like, if you ever found the fortune to be blessed with whatever, that your talent earned you something, that you wouldn't just be like, well, this is what rich people do. Because I imagine that most of the people I know, if they had a windfall, would be like, how do I help people? Why do I believe that? Because they help people now.
Right.
They help people now. They talk about real shit now. What, you gonna get some money and you're not gonna be real no more? I hope not. At any rate, this is the thing I wanted to point to, though. This is the most important thing. We recently had a clip that was edited for us, that, you know, to promote the show, that went on our Facebook, and it's me talking about the Obama speech that he gave to black men, and it's edited a little bit like salaciously, but in a way that will probably get people to maybe possibly click on the show or at least hear more information. But you can tell people, and this is the thing about those clips, there's a lot of people that only engage with the show via social media and they don't listen to our show.
Yes. Yes.
So we have people that are saying stuff like, you know, Get over it. Stop being sensitive. I'm like, what are you talking about? Y'all hate Obama or whatever. I'm like, I don't hate Obama. Like, you clearly don't listen to the show, and you probably won't go listen. But every time I see that, I just go, check out the show, and you'll see what we're talking about. But I would never. I'm not one of these Obama hating ass sensitive guys. But that being said, what I said, I still stand 10 toes down on, and I was right. And it's important that we have follow up to this. And so far I've been right. If I turn out to be wrong, I'll accept that. I'll talk about it in November after we get the exit polls. But there was an exit poll done by ABC today that came out, and it talked about Kamala Harris getting a boost from critical voting groups in this new poll. I'm gonna pull up the numbers on the thing, on the screen, so y'all can see for yourselves. But the ones that are in red are two pretty important groups: it's black men and Hispanic men. Now I can go through all of these for you, but let's talk about it. Harris Trump, black men are voting in this exit poll 85% for Harris. It was 79% for Biden.
So it actually went up.
It's gone up. And it was 19% for Trump for when it was versus Biden. It's 11% now for Trump when it's Harris. Hispanic man, 63% for Harris, 36% for Trump. Now that 36% has stayed the same since 2020. But that 4% gain means something.
Yes, it does.
And white women, I'm gonna point them out too, because I know, it's hard to give them credit for shit, but I gotta give them some credit. 47% of these likely voters for Kamala Harris and Walz, and 51%. We know that dreaded 53%, but if y'all remember, it actually went up in 2020 to 55%. So a 4% swing could be everything in a group that big. That's the real group that we need to be worried about. And hopefully them losing Roe v. Wade is enough to keep that consistent. Yeah. But yeah, my point being, this is what the fuck I was saying. This is what my point was. We spent a lot of time giving a lot of air and grievance and yelling and fighting amongst a group of men who's gonna be 85% for Kamala Harris, which is only second to black women, and no other demographic is even fucking close to both of us. So no, I don't want to hear that it's just me being sensitive or y'all just need this tough love. It's not that. We actually are here for support. We not gonna let our sister down. We not turning our back on Kamala Harris. So it's important. Just because there's some loud ass hotep, knucklehead, grifting ass, right wing motherfuckers out here that can't wait to stand on stage and wear a Trump in a tramp shirt, that dude don't represent me. And he doesn't represent the vast majority of black men. We don't let them lead us. These are not leaders in our community. These people don't even show up for us in any way.
Right.
So you can get a touchdown on a Sunday. Good for you, bro. But that has nothing to do with anything political that I want to hear from you. So when I said what I said, I was just coming at it from a rational place, not an emotional place, I spoke the way I spoke on purpose. I didn't do the, goddamn Obama, fuck you. I knew you was I didn't do all that shit because I don't feel that way.
Right.
I understand where it comes from. I even said that when we talked about it. It was like, I feel this way when I see a certain type of black man talking about some Trump. I feel every word that man said. But when we are talking to a room full of brothers there to support Kamala Harris, those dudes ain't in the room.
Right. This is not the time. And that's the thing. It's a time for those people to be addressed.
Don't give me somebody else's whooping.
Ain't that the truth? Go beat their ass.
That's all I'm saying. Like, some people deserve a whooping. They earn that whooping. I hope they get that whooping. I don't want they whooping. Give the whooping to who is due.
Yes. And I remember when I was a kid, I had went down to the country. And I was down there with some of my cousins, and something happened. I think I was asleep or something at the time, and something happened. But when I woke up, they was like, "Well, I don't know who did it, but I'm getting everybody." I was like, "Well, you ain't spanking me." I was like, "I don't know who did it either." I said, "But I'm not taking a motherfucking ass whooping." And I said, and in my mind, I was like, "If I know who did it, I point you out, cause bitch, no, you deserve the ass whooping." Come like this, cause if I deserve it, I'm gonna get mine.
So that's all I'm saying. This isn't a sensitivity thing. This isn't me just complaining. This is me being fact-based. I thought we was in the facts. I thought we was into the truth on this side. I thought that's what we dealt in. Well, if we dealing in that, I'm telling you, imagine this. If black women are breaking at, say, 90, I will pull the graphic back up. But yeah, if black women are supporting at 93% and there's 5% going to Trump, can you imagine anyone in any room looking at a group where 9.5 out of 10 people is voting for Kamala Harris and yelling at them about the 5? Not even yelling. That's not fair. He didn't yell, but kind of chastising them about the 5% that won't. No, we will be like, you just disrespected every sister in that room. Get out of here with that. Come on, man. Like this is a celebration. We want that energy to push through the finish line. So yeah, if I'm looking at a group where 8.5 out of 10,
that's still a lot of people.
I'm not gonna look at them and be like, guys, let's just talk about them that 1.5. No, that's not my group. That's not us. So it matters, and I'm glad that these facts are coming out. And like I said, unless something happens majorly during the election and we look up and go, okay, man, damn, fucking 30% of black men voted for Trump, then I'll eat my hat. I'll be wrong, and I'll apologize.
I don't see that happening,
because I just don't. I feel like this has been a big media manipulation.
Yes,
and it's worked. And I think what hurts the most is that it worked on somebody as smart and savvy as Obama, that he's willing to believe something, that he's our fact-based president. He's Mr. Facts. Like, he don't just be out here freestyling and willing and dealing. That's what I like about him. He's a very thoughtful man. But yeah, that was whack in my opinion. And here come the facts to back that up. And if anybody else would have said it about us, I'd say the same thing. Like if Donald Trump comes out and says that black men love me, but 40% is voting for me, I'd be like, this motherfucker's a liar.
Ain't that
That's
true?
not what's happening. So anyway, I did want to bring that up because, I love being right.
Rob is right. Yep, Rob is right. Rob is right. Rob is right. Yep, Rob is right. Yeah, Rob is right. Whoop, what was that again? Oh yeah, Rob was right. Rob was right.
All right, now we got to get to some other news. This news also never stops.
P. Diddy be wanting the body, and you gotta tell him no.
All right. Man claims professional athlete stopped Diddy from assaulting him at a civic party in new lawsuit.
Oh no!
A lot of lawsuits.
That's not good at all.
This one was, no, it's better than the alternative. I'd rather a professional athlete stop him. This was filed October 20th, last Sunday. The plaintiff, who runs a luxury car and jewelry rental business, says Combs invited him to a private office during the party. According to the suit, the plaintiff noticed Combs was intoxicated before the music mogul allegedly exposed himself and grabbed the plaintiff's genitals in a rough and sexual manner. The plaintiff claimed the situation escalated until a pro athlete entered the room and intervened, stopping Combs from continuing the assault. He didn't say who the athlete was, though. But this is the lawsuit.
Because the athlete was like, I don't want to be in it.
The lawsuit was one of 5 filed against Combs that day.
Damn!
Including one from a woman who says she was raped by the music mogul in 2000 when she was just 13 years old. So it's over 100 people. I think Tony Busby say he's representing over 100 people just by himself. So yeah, it's a lot of people. I don't know. Meanwhile, Diddy has requested a gag order to bar the government officials from leaking case details to the media as Combs remains incarcerated. However, the judge, Aaron Subramanian, issued a similar gag order requiring both federal agents and Combs' defense team to adhere strictly to laws prohibiting leaks from grand jury proceedings to ensure a fair trial. Subramanian emphasized that this order isn't based on a finding that there has been any wrongdoing thus far, as the court has made no findings at this juncture related to the defendant's allegations that information related to the case has been leaked. Instead, the judge explained the point of this order is to help ensure that nothing happens from now on that would interfere with a fair trial. The court will take appropriate action for any violation of the rules. Meanwhile, Combs' legal team has alleged the federal agents leaked security footage showing Combs abusing his former girlfriend, Cassie Ventura. Yeah, and I'm gonna be real with y'all. I don't give a fuck. I know I'm not a lawyer. I'm not in the trial. I'm not on the jury. I understand, but honest to God, thank whoever fucking leaked that.
Somebody was like, this has got to go out.
First of all, the fact you held on to that footage, it was in your house for years, like some type of fucking
the
trophy.
hotel don't even exist no more.
Like some type of trophy that a serial killer would have. And
Momentums, they love them, don't they?
Mementos, yes.
Memento.
But there's also momentum, the bad kind.
Yes.
But it's just, if that's what happened, you want me to feel sympathy for you. You weren't even on trial at the time. But if it wasn't for that, honestly, I think people be acting even worse than they are now.
Yes.
Because there's still people that try to advocate on his behalf and ignore the Cassie thing. But then when people bring it up, they be like, well, yeah, I mean, if he did that, that's wrong. That's wrong. And I'm like, right. And if that tape never leaked, you be out here saying Cassie was lying and she's just another one of these bitches want money or some weird shit that y'all keep always alleging. Like there's a bunch of famous victims in our world that we just love putting on pedestals. Like, oh my God, can't wait to go to the victim concert. No one's ever said that in their fucking life.
Ever.
Y'all try to make it be that way. Like, oh, what's the claim to fame of this Hollywood actress in the #1 movie? Didn't she accuse somebody of sexual assault? Well, I gotta go support that. No one thinks that way, but that's what they try to pretend is happening. And so it kind of took away the ability to pretend that was happening for a lot of people. And you still have people that will defend Diddy in some ways.
Oh, yes.
For example, Busta Rhymes.
Oh, no.
Busta Rhymes warns people of rushed judgments in Diddy controversy. Busta Rhymes. He said, we should refrain from commenting on allegations against Diddy until the truth is undisputed. Because, liars would never dispute the truth even after we know it. They always just go, oh, damn. Guilty in court. I guess I did it. They never say, I'm still innocent.
Oh, no, they fight that shit to the end and they convict them and they still say they didn't do it. So
he also believes others should mind their damn business until the truth is uncovered.
What does that mean? Is
he minding his business? He talking about it too. He get to talk about it. I'm just trying to understand what's going on. He weighed in on the subject during a recent interview, explaining he cannot speak to the veracity of the shocking allegations. He has never witnessed anything that the Bad Boy Records boss is accused of. However, like Method Man, Busta Rhymes is clear that the scandal surrounding Diddy is not an indictment on hip hop as a whole. His situation is not a hip hop situation. And also, I would like for everyone to be mindful of the thirst and the urgency and the need to speak on the situation. I think a lot of times people don't realize how insensitive it could be to have opinions on things you have no understanding of outside of what you're being told. He says the one thing that we should take away from what I'm saying is everybody probably need to mind their damn business till the truth is undisputed. At this point, at that point, justice need to be served accordingly for everyone involved. It's unfortunate because I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy, and I'm talking about for the victims, and I'm talking about for Diddy. So I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna mind my business, and hopefully everyone can find it in their hearts to keep their opinion. This is like both sides, but for sexual assault. Like, really, ain't both sides bad? I mean, come on, Busta. Are you serious? First of all, rush to judgment. Rush to judgment? My man, this judgment been simmering in the crock pot for 8 hours. Okay, I don't know how to tell you this. My judgment is falling off the bone. Okay, this judgment is tender. All right, like you don't even need a fork for this judgment. Okay, it's soft. You can puree this. It's gonna melt in your mouth. This judgment. Okay.
And also saying that it's not a hip hop. No, and the thing is, he was such a influential influencer in hip hop. It does matter because and that's the thing. It's like, okay, he's fucking up hip hop. Now they're gonna be looking at us crazy. But if you want to say it's him, investigate him. He happens to be within hip hop. That's different. But basically, he's trying to pull him out of hip hop and try to act like this is a one-off thing. I don't know if that makes sense.
No, I'm with him on that. I agree with it. It's like saying someone is the most prolific rapist and they happen to be a podcaster, and people go, "What about the rape problem in podcasting?" No, that's that person problem.
Agreed.
So that's what I think he's trying to say. Is don't come to me and be like, because so the nuance to what he's saying, outside of just my jokes, the nuance to what he's saying is one of, hey, people are gonna say our whole culture is what Diddy did. That's not our whole culture. It might not. It might be misogynistic. It might be a bunch of shit. But what he did is deviant in itself with just that's enough. The other thing that he's dealing with that we don't have to deal with is that he is the subject of, and many of the people within this industry are the subject of, unfounded rumors and accusations.
Yes.
People are saying stuff like, you took a picture with Diddy, you're a rapist. So that's why he's like, people should chill out, da da da.
Agreed.
I just look at the sympathy for Diddy and the hey man, let's just not judge and all that stuff. That's what I'm like, come on, buddy. Like, it's one thing to be like, hey man, I didn't do that shit, and if he did that shit, that's on him.
Agreed.
It's another thing to be like, now everybody need to calm down till we can all agree, because we're never gonna all agree. He's never gonna be like, I did do it. Even when people say stuff like they plead, they'll come out like Bill Cosby did a settlement with all those women and still was going around saying, I didn't do it, until he got dragged back to court again.
Yeah, because part of the NDA was stop saying you didn't do the shit.
And now he's out of jail, Bill Cosby, and people are using that to say he's innocent. So we're never gonna have an undisputed truth.
Right.
So that's why I say it's kind of bullshit that he's doing well, let's just all wait until we know what happened. We'll never know what happened for sure.
We will never
know.
I
think if over 100 people say you sexually assaulted them, I'm inclined to believe
something happened.
You did some shit. I'm inclined to believe that. And no, I didn't rush to judgment to arrive to that conclusion. I brined this judgment. Okay? This judgment was marinating in my fridge for over a day. Okay, the flavor in this judgment goes all the way to the center cut, to the meat, to the bone. Okay, the broth from this judgment alone,
judgment,
could feed your family. You gotta be kidding me.
You can make gravy out of this judgment.
This man been doing wild criminal shit for 20 years. You like, man, well, let's not rush. That was the problem. Maybe you should have rushed a little bit more. 100 people came forward because we don't want to rush. Anyway, that was what a wild thing to say for him. All right, let's do just a little bit of fucking with black people. Y'all love that. Let me pull out my fucking with black people music. Here we go.
Boo, 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 boo. Hey, we're just fucking with them people because they black. We're just fucking with them people because they black. We're just fucking with them black people. We're just fucking with them blacks. We're just fucking with black people. Hey, hey, do
I'll tell you this though, if anytime I'm partying with Busta, I'm gonna need him to put his hands where my eyes can see, because
what the hell's wrong with
I don't know what's I don't want him to pass me to Cavassier. Okay, I don't know what's in it now. You acting a little suspicious right now. Don't give me any more. Okay, I'm good. What is it gonna be? Fucking with black people. We go around the globe, find different articles, make us feel fucked with, and we assign point scores from 0 to 100 in intervals of 25. Today's contestants, everybody. Extremist influencer Candace Owens, a black woman, has had her Australian visa canceled by immigration minister.
Okay, what happened?
Well, apparently her visa is not everywhere you want to be.
Apparently it's not.
All right. She got her visa canceled because the government said you be attacking Jewish, Muslim, trans people, and your words had the capacity to incite discord. And so we, a nation that was founded by criminals, think you a little too dangerous to be down here. You a little too down for the down under. Immigration Minister Tony Burke confirmed that the Donald Trump aligned influencer who has claimed that Israel was founded by a cult and that secret Jewish gangs operate in Hollywood would not be allowed in Australia as federal labor attempts to lower the temperature on domestic protests about the war in the Middle East. From downplaying the impact of the Holocaust with comments about German SS officer Joseph Mengele through to claims that Muslims started slavery, Candace Owens has the capacity to incite discord in almost every direction. He said, Australia's national interest is best served when Candace Owens is somewhere else. Girl, mine too.
Why good them said get the fuck out of here?
Listen, isn't everyone's interest best served when she's somewhere else?
For real though.
Yeah, so I appreciate them doing that, but you know, this is also keeping a black woman from getting her money. What tickets to her event was selling for $100. What? Y'all paying $100 for this? Lord, leadeth me not to temptation. This the easiest money in the world. Oh my God. If I didn't have this integrity, y'all, I'd be down in Australia right now.
Grifters.
Listen, mates. Whatever, however they talk. Good day, mate. Good day, my mates. I hope she has a good refund policy, someone said. Now, I hope they don't get their money back.
Me either.
I hope the government sees it. I hope she don't get the money and they don't get the money back. And they go on a list. Like, y'all was going to see Candace Owens? We got to watch y'all ass.
Oh, y'all going to see her.
Y'all crazy as hell for this. But yeah, so she got her shit canceled, and I love to see it. I love it. She also has I guess she's touring. So it was gonna be Sydney, Melbourne, Perth, Brisbane, and Adelaide. Yo, it's crazy how hard hatred goes. Like, I don't know that the black guy who tips, we've been doing this show 16 years. We definitely ain't got no 18 million followers online. I don't think we could do 5 venues in Australia. But if we was out here being like, you know what the real problem is? All these brown people, we could do it. There's people all over the world somewhere being like, now, I like the cut of these Negroes' jibs. Okay, they don't like other blacks, and they don't like anybody with a vagina.
Get them all the money.
Like, they make me feel good about being a bigot, and goddamn it, I'm gonna give them $100 per person at this ticket event. Good grief. But yeah, she don't got her visa, so yeah, you love to see it. 0 to 100.
0, do not care.
Yeah, 0 for me as well. Let's see about this one though. Maybe you will feel fucked with. I don't know.
Okay.
There is a restaurant that serves pizza in DC.
Okay.
And they have gotten themselves into a little hot water. And I'm not talking about boiling noodles.
Okay. What did they come out with? The Negro pizza? What's happening?
So,
oh wait, no, this is the whole speech. God damn, I thought it was just gonna be the news article. All right, well, let me stop the. Let me just read it to y'all. Damn. Anyway, oh wait, I can find it on YouTube. Hold on a second.
Oh, no problem. I'm pretty sure it's somebody.
Oh, y'all probably gonna get an echo too. Yeah. So, cause I gotta change the
settings.
I gotta change the settings.
Yeah.
But okay, cool. I found it. I found the clip. Everybody, we're gonna watch it as a family.
Okay.
Let me change the settings so y'all don't I don't want to hurt anybody's precious ears. Here we are on YouTube. Oh shit. Hold on. Sorry. I thought I shared my screen. I hit the wrong button. That's my fault, guys. Okay, now you should see it. And I'll start over. Y'all see it? No.
Can y'all hear? Is that
pizza chain facing backlash over a menu item named after the late former DC mayor Marrionberry?
Sierra Fox is in Northwest tonight after speaking with both And Pizza and its customers.
Well, And Pizza thinks the Marrionberry knots are the ultimate headline grabber. They want customers to decide whether or not they think the business has crossed the line with this one. And I'm going to be honest with you, it's hard to find anyone out here today who didn't think this idea wasn't a little tone deaf.
Marrionberry knots.
Marrionberry knots.
Marrionberry knots. Marrionberry knots.
Yes, those are.
Now, how would you describe those knots, Karen?
They almost look like pies. They don't look like knots.
Like pies. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Do you think that's why they call them Marrionberry knots?
No, I don't know. Why did they call them that?
All right. I don't know. They like to have white powder.
Yeah,
sprinkled on
top
top of them.
It looked like it got some strawberry or something in it.
I don't know, but I'm sure they'll explain it in a second.
And Pizza's new Marrionberry knots. The food chain says it may not be the perfect dessert, but they're the perfect dessert for DC. However, some people disagree.
It's very disrespectful to a man who did a lot for the city.
You may remember Marrionberry served as mayor of our nation's capital for 4 terms. However, in 1990, he found himself at the center of a scandal, arrested in a high-profile FBI sting operation for smoking crack cocaine. That's why the And Pizza website says these knots will blow you away next to a small pile of white powdered sugar.
That's what they was alluding to.
Oh no, y'all can't do that. Y'all have been okay without that bullshit.
Number one, the crack cocaine doesn't look like that. That's cocaine.
Yeah. What's that, powdered sugar?
Yeah, they put powdered sugar on that, but I mean it's supposed to be cocaine.
Yeah,
and then blow you away. Blow is referred to as cocaine, not crack. Now, I mean, I hate to punch up their
punch up the joke.
They're bullshit, but I mean, you should be like, these are crack knots or something like that, which people have been naming it, and some people do find that to be distasteful as well. But calling them Marrionberry knots, and then them being powdered sugar is just you fucked up the whole assignment. If you had like a bill, I'm not even gonna help. Just fucked up the assignment.
Washingtonians don't think that's a funny joke, and instead looks like mockery.
He's more than just that incident. And it was a bad incident. He served time for that incident. And you have to understand, it's a lot more than Marrionberry. And he was a person that helped me out when I was younger. I was in the youth program. I was lucky to be a part of that youth program, Upward Bound.
The news release about the Marrionberry knots says the dessert will, quote, even force the DEA to look twice. The announcement continues with...
Yeah, and the sign in the background said, our classic knots got a bump. It's just a bunch of cocaine references. It's so weird though, because like there's other people you can make cocaine references about that like fictional characters and stuff. You said Scarface or something, but then you might worry about being sued for Scarface, by the people that made that or something, like the Tony Montana knots or something. Like I'm sure there's some cocaine joke you probably could get in there or something. I don't know. This is wild business to me. And the reason it's wild is not that I think anyone's above making cocaine jokes about Marrionberry.
Right.
It's DC.
Right.
That's the one place you're not gonna be able to do it.
You're not. If I'm trying to find it, if you'd have did it outside of the area, I'm trying to find it. People would have been upset, but it's different there.
Yeah, if you did this in Wisconsin or some shit, people probably wouldn't even give a fuck. Probably wouldn't even make the news. You did this in DC. People walking down the street that he actually helped.
Yes, they was like, I am a grown ass person like that. They like the program I was in saved my life, nigga. You ain't gonna do this bullshit.
Nationally, we know him as like this joke and this set me up. And for many years, that's how I knew him as well. Until I met people from DC who just were like, yeah, that was unfortunate. There's a reason we elected him again.
Yes.
Like this man helped and cared and did a lot for the community. And even when that bitch set me up, it was a setup. Like, not saying he wasn't going to do it, but it was like, it was wild how he was set up. It wasn't I went looking for some cocaine. He went looking to have sex. And then this woman who was an informant or whatever was also like, oh, and you don't want to do some cocaine? Want to do an 8-ball? And it's like, not really, but I mean, if that's what it takes to get this pussy, and then bam, pick on the police. That's literally what happened.
One thing's for sure, like many of DC's elected officials, and Pizza is not afraid to have a little fun. Even visitors from out of town who know the history are calling this ridiculous.
Politics are such a hot topic and it'll get attention.
So you think they're doing this just for attention?
Well, sure.
It's not just attention. It's more serious than that. It's politics.
So do you think this is appropriate at all?
It's absolutely not appropriate.
Fox 5 contact.
Even the white people say it now. That's crazy. They don't even live there.
You know they don't sound like they live there.
The worst part is like if the knots was delicious, that would really be a problem. But they don't even look that good. But if I don't know what you like, if they named the McFlurry the Marrionberry Flurry, I'd be in trouble. I'd be like, man, this racist as shit, man. Let me get one with M&Ms in it.
Contacted and Pizza about the criticism, and the CEO, Mike Burns, replied with this statement: "We're talking about a Marrionberry that's spelled with an E. We stuff that into a knot, drizzle it with icing, and then top it with powdered sugar. It's delicious. We can't wait for DC to try it."
I mean, I definitely.
Okay, here we go with the bullshit. Try to be slick. Like, this is gaslighting.
Yes.
I hate to use that term.
Y'all not like people are crazy when they go, why? Y'all are poking fun of somebody that actually helped the community.
You know what you did.
Right.
We're not stupid. This motherfucker. No, see, I see what the confusion is. All right. You guys think we're picking on the politician who helped a lot of black people in this city that we're located in, and that the community truly loved and worshipped and missed and mourns his passing every day. No. See, that's Marrionberry with an A. We're talking about Marrionberry with an E. You know, like juices and berries. So anyway, we can't wait for y'all to try it. Come on out. Not offensive at all.
Right.
I think I would be curious on the reason why they decided to name it that way, but I also understand that people are also trying to find some things to relate to DC's cultures.
That is a good question. I did ask Aunt Pete.
There's a lot of other things that you could relate to DC culture, like a lot of other historical black shit around the city that would have been more than happy to have been called such a knots.
Name they had for it, which was nigga knots. They said, nah, that's
that one got voted down.
Probably a little too far. Somebody might not enjoy that. But yeah, 0 to 100.
Oh, this one gets I'm gonna give this one 100, just for the simple fact that the person that owned it didn't back down. You knew what the fuck you were doing. You try to act like people are stupid for pointing out the obvious bullshit that you actually putting out there. And yeah, you're gonna get a hit, but the question is, are the people gonna come buy the shit? Odds are most people aren't even gonna try to attempt to buy the shit. Like, are y'all sales going through the roof because y'all poked fun at a former mayor? No. It's like, what's the point of this? What's gonna happen if I was somebody in DC, and particularly if I hadn't tried your food? I was like, well, what the fuck I'm gonna go there for?
I gave it your cars, and here's part of the reason why. I looked up the owner to be like, who owned this shit? And Karen, guess the race.
Are they black?
They white.
Okay, yeah, white. But I was thinking they probably white, but I was like, are they black? Cause they double down.
Nah, it's you're not from our culture. You don't respect the culture. You sell food to the people that live here,
right?
You know, and I understand DC's been gentrified and there's a lot of white people living downtown and stuff, but still DC is a black city, and as far as its roots, as far as its leadership, as far as the people that the culture that created it. This is just you not understanding the culture. You think you come in, you think our culture is a fucking joke.
Yes.
And it never crossed your mind that it's not. And so now you're like, oh shit, these black people are upset and they don't want to eat my food. Like, yeah, because you don't respect the culture. It's like me, a straight man, putting something on building a bar on the gay side of town and then being like, oh yeah, come on and get this slur flakes or whatever the fuck. And then people are like, what? Why you named the beer something that's offensive to me? And I'm like, oh, well, I just, I mean, look, I spelled it with a O. He's like, nah, what the fuck?
Right. And it's also one of those things where, niggas is niggas. And so you act like, well, we up north, we can do this. People like, no, bitch, like.
It's not an up north thing. It's so, I don't even think it's like that. It's even worse because it's the town it's in.
Yes.
Like you could get away with this somewhere else. You could, because people will be like, I don't have a love for Marrionberry, or
that's
the
true.
thing I learned about Marrionberry was bitch set me up, crack cocaine. That's not who DC is. You don't respect the culture, so you're here insulting people whose culture it is.
Yes.
With a joke.
Right.
About a man they don't joke about.
And no, they do not. Like, you know what I'm saying? In this, and also, yes, I would actually bump it up to Jakar's. You white, you don't belong here. You didn't ask nobody. You probably didn't. Who knows? The people that got to make the shit possibly could be upset that they even have to fucking make the shit in the first place. It was like, God, I gotta make it. I don't want to serve it.
Right.
It's very insulting. Now I have to deal with, you work at that goddamn place,
right? Yeah, I didn't even think about that. You a chef or some whatever, you work in the kitchen. They be like, guys, we got the new special out today. Marrionberry nuts.
Yes, and also another reason why I'm gonna give it Jakar is because them fucking posters had black people on it. You're like, yeah, these are either your employees that you forced to do it, or either some models or some shit. You know what I mean? Like you paid to come in.
Somebody that don't know no better or some shit, like, or you find a couple of black people that just didn't think about it, and you got them in your social media post going, Marrionberry nuts, yeah.
Yeah.
It's period. Like, what are you doing? It felt like AI made that shit. But yes, I think it's a lot of people that it's just a decision made by some people that don't respect the culture. All right, let's get to the last thing, sword ratchetness, and wrap this one up. Stop me if you heard this one before, but a woman caught trying to sneak a samurai sword onto a flight out of LaGuardia Airport.
Oh no, the sneak it? How you gonna sneak it?
Probably in a cane or some shit. I don't know. Let's find out. A woman was caught trying to sneak a samurai sword in her carry-on bag. What?
What, the one that got the scans? Somebody was like, hey, now, I don't think that belongs in there. What's this metal object that's reading on my machine?
A carry-on bag? You was gonna bring this on the plane. The weapon was discovered when the woman, who has not been identified, was having her luggage screened before a flight.
Of course, that's go flag.
Right. You better get the TSA pre-check, girl. TSA officers swiftly contacted Port Authority police. They released a picture of the sword, which is an ornate black-handled sword. I'll show y'all a picture of it. It's not a very it's not like a long sword, but it's sword. It's not a knife.
Oh no.
Yeah. Like it's long enough to do some damn damage.
You can fuck somebody up. That'll go straight through you.
Yeah. Like you was gonna hop on the plane with that, sis.
Yes, she was.
All right. The woman was issued a summons for a court appearance later this year. The post reached out to TSA. Yeah. Is what?
Just what?
What? You left your house with that? You put that in your bag? Did you know? What was the plan? Were you going to hop on?
What was the plan?
Do they let you get on the plane but without the sword? Because after that, I feel like you shouldn't be able to go nowhere. You should go to jail, directly to jail. Do not pass go, do not collect $200. That's it.
You missed that flight, baby.
You fucked. Today is just a long day for you.
Yes, not going to your next destination.
Yeah. what? Anyway, all right, that's it for this episode. Thanks for listening, everybody. We'll be back throughout the week. Until next time, I love you.
I love you too.
Mwah. Bye, everybody.